I'm going to be playing some black-red mid-range today in Pioneer. I'm going to jump back to Pioneer. We played a little bit of Modern pre-Thanksgiving Day or on Wednesday, and things didn't go so well. So we're going to flop back to Pioneer, give myself maybe some of the weekend to figure out some of the stuff going on in Modern, and we may jump back to that at some point. But while we're here, let's go ahead and take a look at the deck list that we'll be running. It is from the 5.0 dumps from 2 days ago, 1 day ago. A recent 5.0 dump. Basically, it's a red-black mid-range. It's running pretty much anything and everything that we like to run. And so we're hoping that because of this, we're going to do just fine here. We have Despise here, which is basically Pioneer's version of a little bit of kind of a duress. It's doing creatures or planeswalkers, so a little bit of like an Inquisition early game removal from the hand. We have Thoughtseize, we have Fatal Pushes and Dreadbores, some pretty premium removal in the colors of red and black. Read the Bones is kind of an interesting one. Scry 2, then draw 2 cards. This one's a little bit better than Painful Truths in this deck because it's only 2 colors. We'll see how this one plays out. I like the consistency that something like this could bring to us, so we'll see how that plays out. Bone Crusher Giant is removal in a creature. Anger of the Gods is a removal in the form of a red sweeper. And we have Chandra Acolyte, which I still think is one of the better planeswalkers in the red archetype for Pioneer, letting you flash back Fatal Push or Dreadbore or even a Thoughtseize. Yeah, at the cost of potentially losing your planeswalker to a shock, but perhaps not. Kalitas is in here. This one's an interesting one. I typically haven't run a Kalitas in the red-black modern builds, but Kalitas has lifelink and can grow, along with if there's a board wipe, things get kind of interesting. And so it actually goes along with our game plan of basically not having too many creatures. Chandra Torch of Defiance is here. Personally, I would probably play one more of those over the Chandra Awakened Inferno, but we'll see how that goes. 4 Glorybringers. I can get behind some dragons. And top end, as mentioned, Chandra Awakened Inferno. Sideboard, we have an extra couple Duresses. We have Blight Beetle. I gotta read this one. Pro green, creatures your opponent control can't have +1/+1 counters on them. Okay, interesting. So Blight Beetle, so we have some Plagues for those token, Languish for extra removal, Crumble to Dust, which is actually a reasonable card for the field decks, and then Slaughter Games for those combo decks that we may run into. Red, black, red, mid-range in Pioneer. Let's go ahead and begin our league. Getting straight into it. This was Modern. Let's hop over to the Pioneer. And I believe a lot of the PTQs are wrapping up here, so hopefully that'll clear out. How was Thanksgiving? My Thanksgiving was pretty good. Oh no, we have to buy? We have to buy? Uncle DB, what's going on? Back from vacation in Japan. Thought I would resub. Re-put the sub. Hey, Uncle DB, thanks. So yeah, Decius, we ate some turkey. We ate some ham too. That was available to us. We had stuffing that I'd never had before. And yeah, it's pretty good. Is this good? This buy. I've got to buy. Hold on. I have no tickets. Oh, hold on. Maybe I have tickets. I have some. I only have a few. All right. Trade binder for trade. Let's just add some of these. I don't know how many that is, but surely that's enough. Where did it put it? Put it somewhere in here. There they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That sounds good. 20 sounds like a good number. All right, let me go ahead and trade those. How was the stuffing? I had stuffing that I've never had before, and I honestly didn't like it. Ours was pretty good. So while I trade here, they made a stuffing that was, it included herb bread, which was decent, carrots, celery, some other stuff or whatever, but it had sausage in it too, and that was pretty good. I'd never had anything like that before. So the sausage was really nice to have. we'll get our 51 tickets here. That should get us for a few league games. Not all of those are being used tonight, obviously. Okay. We have the deck. We have the cards to play the deck. We have the entry fees to play the cards in the league. Let's go. But yeah, the sausage was kind of interesting. It was definitely something very different. 5 leagues. No. This will probably span me for about 2.5 to 3 weeks, probably, unless we start finding a deck that we can go infinite with on Pioneer. This one has quite a few Chandras. 7 to be exact. It's a lucky number, right? Yeah, it was like crumbled up sausage. So you had the base that was all just the bread, cubes, and just the different like peppers and onions and celery, whatever. And then it had just crumbled up sausage throughout it. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Is this my own brew? No. This is taken from the 5.0 dumps. Our Discord. Every now and then someone will put something in there or chat to me about something, and you won't have to donate for a list. I'm just like, I like these cards. But if you want something different, you have to go through the donations. All right, let's play first here. And I'll keep this hand. Seems good. Read the bones. Removal. Let's just put that in tapped. Make it look like I don't have a mountain. So later, it'll look like I've drawn this mountain. Bone mat. We might just fire this off. Might have to do U.S. Thanksgiving and Canadian Thanksgiving for Double Turkey Day. Double Turkey Day. All right, we're gonna wait on this. Maybe get this anger and take less damage here. Wondering if my opponent is burn. I'm hoping they play another creature here for me, for my sake. But yeah, Thanksgiving on the whole was good. We played some interesting games and all that, and well, it was just interesting. We'll just say that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and anger here and pass turn. Most mana efficient thing I can do. Smuggler's Copter is gonna be a little bit of a pain to deal with because it's sitting over there. And artifact removal I don't really have too much of. Pia Nalar. Target artifact creature gets +1/+0. Sacrifice an artifact. Target creature can't be blocked. Okay. Seems reasonable. So I can jam a Kalitas here. I take 2 to do that. This also costs me 2 life. Maybe I'm supposed to set up the next turn. I take 2 life to set up the next turn, but maybe I'm supposed to do that. Let's go ahead and do that. Setting up some turns here will be good. So there's a Glorybringer and a mountain. I like putting both of these on top. And then we'll just put a tap land. That way I guarantee my land and I have the Glorybringer. Glorybringer can stop Smuggler's Copter in a turn or so. I can also just like Chandra Anger is an option. Have you come across any creature toolbox decks? I've seen some Vanifar interactions. I haven't, not personally. Doesn't mean they're not out there. I have not, though. We've hit a relatively aggressive first deck to run into here. We'll see how it goes. Play Glorybringer to stop Smuggler Copter here and pass turn. It's kind of interesting because this can prevent me from blocking. Now that I'm looking at this, this isn't very good for us. We'll kill Pia and just hope that they don't have like an extra creature or a burn spell or really anything at this point. Losing that life earlier was probably a problem. And the Smuggler's Copter is difficult to deal with. Alright. So they just had 2 whip slashes. Alright. Little creatures. Little creatures. Getting rid of that nasty copter is going to be rough. I think I can get rid of these Chandras. They're too far up. That's easily like 2 plagues possibly, because I saw the Thopters. One Dreadbore out, 1 Duress in. Run it back like that. I think we have plenty of removal spells. Fatal, Dreadbore, Angers. Just maybe don't want to take too much damage. Play first. We have a Fatal push. We'll go ahead and keep this. Seems like an okay hand here. Not going to take any damage. Or try to take minimal damage here. Okay. Put another Blood Crypt into play tapped. Wonder if I'm supposed to Fatal Push this. I truly believe this Monday we will see Field Ban. Well, I know what I want this to hit. He can hit me for 2 this turn, that's fine. Have at my face. You think it's going to? You don't think something from that mono black deck's not going to? I haven't been keeping up too much with the BTQ results. I saw, I think 3 of them, 3 out of the 5 or whatever that have happened. Because I believe what happened Sunday. The other days. Chain Whirler. Maybe both. We're definitely killing Copter here. Definitely getting rid of Copter. I might even just Chandra down tick on Chain Whirler. Have to see. I kind of want to. I want to, but I understand that I won't have much of a follow-up. I guess I have the castle here as a follow-up. Getting rid of a 3/3 is not a totally bad idea. You hope Field goes. Got a lot of people not happy with Field. Alright. Picks off Chandra here. Follows with a Scrounger. Alright, we'll despise them just to see what else they've got going on here. Creature, if we can grab one. We do. They have an unlicensed disintegration. Destroy target creature. If you control an artifact, it deals more damage to me. Let's go ahead and put the plague in. That way everything's in check here. We don't have to play a creature for a while here. Looking for my Anger. Anger, I could take a Chandra at this point. We take 4 here. You like how the format's shaping up? Once a ban happens, people will hop onto the next broken thing until it gets banned. Like, we'll continue until the format balances. It's probably true. Probably true. Alright, so we have a Fatal Push for this dude. Obviously, this brings it back. But it is 3 damage I'll be preventing. I think the format in general has been reasonable. combat here. We're definitely going to pick one of these guys off. Before damage happens, I'm going to go ahead and fire this off in case I draw my other fatal push here. On the off chance I draw it. I don't. I draw Thoughtseize, which is the last thing I want to be firing off. Well, this is a bit interesting, because Glorybringer here I can't play because of the unlicensed disintegration. I could Thoughtseize it away. If I do that, if I Thoughtseize it away, I'll go to 4, and then I could play Glorybringer as a blocker, and just hope nothing crazy happens. I guess that's what we gotta do here. I guess that's what we have to do. I can't really bash in here because then they would get this back because of the Scrap Heap Scrounger. So we're going to use Glorybringer as a nice solid blocker. Hoping they don't get one of these disintegrations or something hasty to go around my Glorybringer here. Fingers crossed. Pia Nalar. Well, good game. They stop our one singleton creature from blocking. I guess I could sacrifice this dude. They don't make a token, luckily. I need, like, anger off the chop. I think anger is the only thing that gets me out of this. Don't worry, it doesn't make a creature. Aha! I stopped you. Yep, we're going to 3. I'm gonna need something real special here to remove something. Okay. There's a Read the Bones. Well, I'll scry 2 and look for my anger here. It doesn't really matter because they have this, but maybe I can draw anger plus fatal push. Bottom, bottom. Well, I got one of the pieces. I guess we'll go ahead and fire this off and hope they don't bring back their creature. They did not. They did not. We have a chance. Wild Slash off the top. Come on. Come on. Alright, we faced a very aggressive red blacklist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 before I got to Glorybringer. Alright. Not a good start. That's alright. Getting our feet wet with the red-black mid-range. Probably ran across one of the worser matchups being an aggro list. Aggro burn. Probably not the best here. I do have quite a few pieces of removal. Could have gone a little bit better. So Pioneer as a whole, though, we talked a bit about it. I think it's going fine, the format. I think there's a mono white list out there that could wreck both mono black and the field decks, but no one's playing it, so I think there's something there. It was top deck versus top deck. The problem was it wasn't top deck, and I was at like 10 life. It was top deck, and I was already at like no life. So, all right, Anger of the Gods here. We even attune the Aether deck here. Mono white weenies might be reasonable. By the way, we've gotten all of our Chandras here. I'm still thinking mono white prison's pretty decent, but no one's playing it, so hats off to those that are not playing it. You don't know the power. Don't know the power. Maybe that will be league number 2. All right, Growth Spiral from my friend over there. Servant is in play. Wouldn't mind seeing another creature to eat with this anger. Puzzle work. What do you think will get banned soon? I mean, I'm not of really the opinion much should be banned, personally. That may be an opinion that is not well received. I went on a 2-minute rant, I think, last time. Alright, we're going to see if we're going to die here. I went on a bit of a 2-minute rant, though, about why Copter shouldn't be banned. And then, like, I think the following game we completely crushed a Copter deck. Basically because of what I had mentioned. Alright, Emrakul. I guess they could get rid of my Fatal Push and fail to play a land here. We'll see what they decide to do. They could also just Chandra down tick on this Emrakul. Doesn't do a whole lot. Yeah, a variety of people miss the rant. But generally speaking, I think Copter is a lot easier to target than people are doing. They blow the anger, that's fine. It kills their creature. There's no way anger was killing this. There's no way, guys. Alright, so they just use Chandra because there is now a card here. They could have down-ticked anyway. So we lose our Chandra here. We'll get the turn back. So the big question here is, what can I do to beat a 13-13? So in 2 swings, I don't believe I have much. I can try to find a Dreadbore. So let's go ahead and play Chandra here and uptick. Maybe there will be a second one underneath that. Maybe there will be a second one underneath that. Maybe Fatal Push can be triggered for a 13 CMC card. So many growth spirals. Aetherworks, Marvel, or Emrakul? So close, but so far. Maybe yeah, they'll attack me. Alright, I'll get 2 looks at this. Alright, let's see here. This would be 4. This would be 4. That'd be 8. It's not enough, so we'll go up here. And we'll concede. I guess I have the blocker. It's premature concession. But I think I'm just frustrated that there's an Emrakul over there. Maybe I don't want to show them anything else. Alright, Slaughter Games and Crumble the Dust. We're going to go ahead and bring these in. We're going to bring the Duresses in as well and get rid of the Despises. I think, let's see here. What else? Fatal Push doesn't feel like it hits a whole lot. I mean, neither does Anger here. Let's bring a couple Fatal Pushes back. Okay. Not a whole lot for this one. Slaughter Games might be nice with the Aetherworks. We will see. Thoughtseize and Duress, though, should do quite a bit of damage to my opponent. Dreadboard's being left in here in case they get some large creature. Hopefully one that I can kill. If I can get a Slaughter Games quick enough, though, before the Aetherworks comes out, we'll probably just win. Probably just win. Slaughter Games is an interesting card. I used to play this in my Scape Shift lists. They looked weird at you, Freakazoid? Yeah, people look at me weird too when I talk about how Copter's probably more okay than people realize. Alright, we'll lead with a Thoughtseize here. And see how many turns I have until I'm dead. Alright, double attune here. We have an Emrakul in hand. We have a Servant. And we have a Tameo here. Interesting. Huh. I think I'm just going to take one of the attunes. It slows their ramp down just a little bit. Not a whole lot, though. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-ba-da-ba-dum, ba-da-ba-da-bum. We don't have a very fast hand, that's for sure. Ooh, Slaughter Games. Okay. I would like to play that soon. Naming just Aetherworks will probably shut the deck down long enough for Glorybringer and then this Chandra to just take over the game. That was a nice draw. Tireless Tracker. That is okay so far. Breeding Pool tapped. So we're going to do Glorybringer and get rid of this Tireless Tracker for sure. For sure. Aetherworks Marvel. It's going to be the name. Alright, get rid of these. Yum, 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 yum. Alright, what else does my opponent have here? A lot of lands. Meltdown. Chant creature vehicle. Enters battlefield. -4, -0. Okay, so that would stop Glorybringer's attacks. Not its exert, though. Bunch of Emrakuls. Extra Tireless Tracker. There is a Stubborn Denial and a couple negates here as well. Some Ugins, which are notable at 8. Alright, so we have to worry about when they get to 8 mana or close to probably about 7 with appropriate cards. We have a Rogue Refiner, Emrakul, and Tamiyo in hand. Alright. Because it's not going to, of course, keep this stuff for me. Yep, they're going to have to do things a bit slower. And like I said, we're gonna definitely play Glorybringer and attempt to shoot Tireless Tracker down before it gets out of hand. This way, then when the Chandra comes down, I can Chandra down tick and blow up everything. But this tracker will probably help them in the long run. Need to keep that guy in check. They had no land in hand, so that's nice. Rogue Refiner, sweet. They'll get to draw a card. Basically the same type of action as Tireless Tracker here. Swings for 5. I can, as I said, race this. Alright, so Glorybringer, attack, exert, kill Tireless Tracker, prevent the digging. Unless I top deck an Anger here? I think I took the Angers out. I believe I took them out, yeah. Maybe there's a reason to leave a few Angers in because of this kind of board state. Maybe so. It would be hilarious to play Chandra here and re-Slaughter Games next turn. But we'll worry about that later. In for 4, pass turn. Alright, Aether. We're probably going to see this Tamiyo. Odysseus loves the deck list. It's his favorite thing. Alright, Chandra's up next. The big one. The Awakened. I'd almost like them to just play this. It would prevent any weird, I guess negate doesn't matter, but something else at instant speed. Sometimes you accidentally close the web page, so you're the one that increases my click-throughs. I'm like, man, there's like 300 people that click through on that link. They're so loved. Alright, upticks here. I'm curious what they'll name. Wonder if it tells me. I assume it will. Attune. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice try. Alright. Let's go ahead and board wipe here. This is kind of getting interesting here. So what is this? 1 last cast for each card type. So this is down to a 9. Alright. Let's go ahead and board wipe here. Non-elementals, right? Human Rogue, Elf Druid. Perfect. And Dragon. Back to work on Monday? Yep. Yep. Yeah. Today's work day. Yep, Glorybringer surviving is a nice add-on there. Luckily, I get to, I don't know, maybe I'm doing like Bone Crusher Plus, or maybe I'm using Bone Crusher as removal and just going, hey, Chandra, get us there. They named Attune again and whiffed. Servant of the Conduit here. Alright. So we can do it all. So we're going to go up, give them the gift. We're going to make Chandra. We're going to duress them. Hitting apparently nothing. We're going to make 2 1/1s. We're going to scoot this out of the way. And we will hit them for 6. 7 with the emblem, meaning it's a 2-turn clock. Now it's coming together. And they have a negate, a gross spiral, an Ulamog. Things are getting a little scary here with everything they have. Scary, but not. We can put out 6, basically. Ooh, Puzzle Knot gains them life. Fair, fair. They returned a card from the graveyard. They returned a Gross Spiral, it looks like. Oh, they targeted Hinterland. Okay, my opponent gives up there. We're coming in for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then Dreadboard kills something and puts this into play. Negates here, so Dreadboard doesn't happen. But even putting this into play, we just have an extra 2 emblems here, which is a lot. A couple Dreadboards showing up. All right. You saw my YouTube video for the Chance for Glory Torben deck. Did you enjoy that deck? Yeah. Yeah, I did. Why do you ask? Do you want the list? Are you looking to buy the list? Are you questioning your desire for Chance for Glory? I enjoyed it. Is it competitive? Probably not. Or is it? No one sees the chance. Just curious. Just curious. Torbrand's pretty sweet. This Crumble to Dust is a bit of a meme. I was kind of hoping that I would get to like pick off a random breeding pool and just make their life miserable. It's probably no good on the draw. Probably want just like an extra anger here. Maybe even like a Languish. Might not be a bad idea. You know what? Maybe a Fatal Push is better. Board wipe. Kalitas. Alright. We'll play the Fatal Push. Need a little bit lower to the ground so they don't run me over with little creatures here. Obviously I did well with that Slaughter game, so it's pretty hot stuff. We'll keep this hand. It's got a little bit of little removal top end side to it. Could use a little bit of help. Alright, let's show the mountain here. Let's Thoughtseize immediately. Check out what's going on here. Alright, we have an Ugin, Tireless, and a Rogue Refiner. Well, let's see here. I think I just want to get rid of the Tireless Tracker. A draw off Rogue Refiners, okay. They're probably going to get a draw off Tireless Tracker. I can always just pick off the Tireless Tracker too. You know what? Rogue Refiner draws an actual card. Let's take that versus taking the Tireless Tracker because they'll probably want to put that on 3 here. Playing the Hinterland instead of Island. Go ahead, my friend. They're going to probably want to slam this Tireless Tracker. Probably doesn't feel good that I just took the other one. Alright, no actions from our opponent. We'll go ahead and just Chandra here. Run this straight into a negate. That way my Dreadboard is good. Gross Spiral. Okay. Well, So next turn we can Dreadbore, Bone Crusher Giant, and Thoughtseize. We can do like one of these and a Thoughtseize here, so pretty good with those options. Servant here, huh? Oh yeah, she's very versatile. I really like her a lot. Alright, let's go ahead and take a peek. This is too dangerous not to. We have a Disdainful, a Tireless, and an Ugin here. I mean, the Disdainful's annoying. The Tireless could draw them a card. They gotta deal with my Chandra at some point here. Maybe I just take the Tireless Tracker, pick this off, and let's just go to town. Just not worry about the Disdainful. The Disdainful hits my Glorybringer. Maybe it's correct to take the Disdainful stroke, pick this off, Tireless Tracker, Glorybringer. Following turn. The Disdainful lets my Glorybringer get through. Yeah, alright. Alright. We'll play perhaps more correct. I think you could pick a couple lines there. Having the Dreadbore doesn't quote unquote worry me too much here. Alright. Path is clear for a Glorybringer. Make some dudes. Swing, swing, and exert. Clear that. Get in. We can Dreadbore. Or we can Anger. Or we can Bone Crusher Giant. So there's the Tireless Tracker. No follow-up. Let's Thoughtseize again. Check on what's going on. It's always good to check in on our lovely opponent. Ugin, Ugin, Aetherworks. Well, simple decisions are simple, guys. Simple, simple, simple. Remove, remove. Play this in Shocked. Play this guy out of the adventure he's on. Getting some elementals. Swinging in for damage. Passing the turn. You think this game's over? Maybe. We have 10 damage represented here. They would need a blocker. Oh wait, we can exert it. Firing in all cylinders. Match 2 goes a heck of a lot better than match 1. We triple Thoughtseize them. Using Chandra for one of those. It's pretty good. Not to mention after I drew this one, I could just down tick and take this Thoughtseize and go again. I like this Chandra a lot. She is just very good. Thoughtseize was fairly nasty. It was a small beating. Not to mention that in game 2, Slaughter Games might have been a little rude. A little rude. Join our match. Let's go. Let us go. Really? Alright, chat. Folks, Wolfpack, I'm getting to play first. I'm pretty sure we know what my opponent's on. We're going to keep this hot hand against them. Alright, let's rip Evaros' hand apart here. He'll be so sad. He'll be so sad, guys. Gonna steal that great card in there. Deafening, I don't care about. Awakened, I don't care about. Jace, I don't care about. I guess I'll take Jace. Okay. Okay, this is where we're going. Temple. We're gonna watch these scries. It's gonna be very important. Bottoms must not be a land or a fires. Let's just fetch now. I'll go get more red. Pass turn. Temple of Enlightenment. That was a draw. Scries to the top that time. Alright. We're going to do something kind of cool here. We're going to just play Bone Crusher Giant out and pass the turn. This baits into Deafening Clarion here. But it's kind of cool because they'll have to either shock in to do that or they'll play this Plains. It gets another card out of hand, though, and helps me understand what's going on over there. Might bounce this. Takes no damage. Well, this would be the time to get a Chandra down. Good Chandra and Bone Crusher here. Team of Evaros? What? Oh, Kings? Let's just kill this Teferi. I'm concerned slightly for the fires. But maybe I don't need to be concerned, guys. We'll see if I should be concerned soon. We're going to try to get this all the way up to 7 ASAP here. Gets big Teferi. Tap land. Looking for a Thoughtseize here. Well, that card does it. Despise is a nice one. Despise Dreadbore this? Despise Kalitas? It's definitely a Despise first. Alright, we'll lead with a Despise here. Alright, so he's only picked up really that Teferi. He has a Chandra still, and I believe I can beat that. I kind of want to go up here with Chandra for damage and then just Dreadbore this away. I'm currently racing fairly nicely. And I don't want to turn this Clarion on. I could also get a Kalitas into play, though, and just ignore the Narset. This Narset could grab something pretty nasty, though. Let's go up for damage and do a Dreadbore here. Oh, we need black. That's fair. Heart of Kirin was the draw. Sulphur Falls was played. Okay. I want to protect... I can protect it lots of ways. So let's go ahead and just play a Glorybringer here. Leaving up everything, and then we'll just... All you. All you. We're going to defend Chandra here. I want an emblem more than anything here. If they get to play big Chandra here, and they go after this Chandra, then we'll be good. If they go after, like, Glorybringer here and try to get Heart in, which I'm hoping is kind of the bait here. So there's going to be big Chandra. Kill Glorybringer. Come on. Kill Glorybringer. Swing with Heart. Come on. Come on. Don't go after this Chandra. You don't want to. Kill this. Kill it. You can do it. He says you have push, don't you, lame-o? I just told him I'm a red-black deck. Whatever I represent is whatever I have. He shoots. He scores. Got him. He concedes. Nice. Oh, and we have the way to kill this and do 5 up here. Oh, man, we're going to do it all. He is stream sniping. Evaros wins stream sight. He's a good guy like that. He's a good guy. All right, Duresses are going to come in here. I'm going to crumble to dust. And then I'm going to also slaughter games them. I'm going to do all these nasty things to him. We can take out the fatal pushes and we can take out the angers, almost certainly. Easy 7 for 7. I should bring in Blight Beetle. Anyway. Yeah, he'd never do that. But I should totally bring in Blight Beetle and be like, look, I got this Blight Beetle. Oh, I just want to keep it, guys. Oh, we're going to go for it. If I can name fires, he's going to be so dead. We're keeping it out of spite for the deck. And I think we can do this, guys. Duress him. Supreme Verdict. Don't care. Narset, kind of care. Jace, don't really care. He's not too happy about Duress, Despise, and... Alright, so he plays a Hallowed Fountain tapped here. We pick up a Dreadbore. We'll go ahead and play our Castle in just because it's tapped and it wasn't going to play untapped following turn unless I top deck a land. That being said, I'm still hoping that I can nail this Slaughter Games before it fires, which would be hilarious. Land, please. Alright, well, I guess I'll take a Thoughtseize. I'll take a Thoughtseize. Alright, Deafening, I don't care about. I guess I can take this Jace. Sure, go ahead. I don't care about the Supreme Verdict either at this point. What's up, D20? O-Kings is repping in the house as well. Alright, just a Teferi. We can Dreadbore that. Come on, land. Land off the top and just slaughter games. And I think he'll lose his mind. Oh, if only I could do it twice, guys. If only I could do it twice. Alright, we'll go ahead and just stomp that and pass turn. Come on, land. If I get a land in, I need someone to clip Evan freaking out. Oh, just get the fires right here and give me the top deck land. Come on. Then I could name with, like, the second Slaughter Games, I could just name, like, I don't know, Teferi. And then what do I name with the third Slaughter Games that I'll naturally draw here? You'll clip it. Okay, picks up another Narset. That'd be a funny thing to name here. Come on, land. Oh, come on, land. Alright, let's get rid of this Narset and pass turn. At least he doesn't get 2 looks at it. Name Faye. Oh no, I have the answer for this too. Alright, so what we can start doing is like naming weird stuff with our Slaughter Games. Like Elspeth, Sun's Champion, that's a good name. Oh, it's a tap land. Oh my gosh. I'm about to get wrecked, guys. I guess he has 5 lands. We just won't show him the Slaughter Games. Man, stop it with the Narsets. Those aren't any good. We might be conceding. I gotta see. I think the answer is now yes, because there's a Teferi. Yeah, alright. I don't believe I can beat this stuff. Let's see what else he picks up, in case he shows me. Oh, he whiffed. Drawn from Dreams? Yeah. Let's see if I get my land. Oh, this is a good card just to run once really quick and see all 4 of these cards and then concede with. Okay. I'm not even going to cast it. I don't feel like casting it. It's too many clicks. It's not worth my time. Alright, I still like everything we've got here going on, so we'll just resubmit. he's got still the Supreme Verdicts. He's obviously running those because of things like Glorybringer and Bone Crusher. If only I could just slaughter games them. Woo. Come on. After a Thoughtseize, Despise, and a Duress? Thoughtseize, Despise, Duress, then slaughter games? It'd be the end. Oh, I can't keep this. It's all red mana. Mulligan. Oh, this isn't a very good hand either. Alright, I'm gonna keep it because he mulliganed as well. Get rid of one of these bad lands. Get it? Bad lands? Ha. Ha. Alright, let's go ahead and Thoughtseize here immediately. See what's going on. I'll take that Fires. It's got a Jason there, Supreme Verdict, and some lands. The tappy lands. Scries this one to the bottom. Cool. I'm gonna wait a turn on this Despise. See what else they might pick up here. Temple of Enlightenment, or Triumph. This is a new card here. We'll definitely Despise this coming turn. Bottom's the card. Alright, let's check out the hand again. Teferi and Jace. We'll take Teferi. I'm not so worried about the Jace. I can mess with the Jace here. Steam Fence finds another Teferi. Well, that's nifty. Gonna draw? Draws. Alright. I have a Read the Bones that I could set up here. Or I could Kalitas and get things going. They have a Supreme Verdict. Also has a Temple here. Kalitas feels a little awkward seeing the Supreme Verdict. I think Read the Bones makes more sense to me setting the next turn up. Sure. I'll take both of those. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. If he doesn't play the Temple of Enlightenment, he plays a land that gets him the Jace here. Then we get to crumble the Temple, and we eat the land in hand. He wants to stop streaming and watch me. Well, he might want to after this. Let's crumble this Temple here and grab the Temple out of hand. Got him. Deafening Jace and Supreme Verdict here. Let's just double check. And by the way, we can Chandra and then do it again later. Alright, let's double check there's nothing crazy. We got some Fires, we have the Phase, I know about that. Hearts. Heart of Kieran's about the only thing that I care about here. Okay. Alright, so Jace comes down here. They have a Steam Vents. It's okay to this split. Put the Narset into hand. Kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. Take the Narset, guys. Have Chandra plan to crumble. Yes, all of this. I'm not gonna play too super optimally here. Let's go ahead and get rid of Jace here. Let's go ahead and Thoughtseize the hand briefly. Take that Narset. Yum. Oh, what else you got here? If this is Fires, I'm totally crumbling something here. I wonder what was more in the deck here. Probably the Temple of Epiphany. I'm trying to remember what he would have more of at this point to strip more lands out. Because then the Fires becomes less and less prevalent. I drew a card here. I really want to just like, I could thought seize them in Kalitas, but I kind of want to crumble again. I kind of want to crumble again, guys. All right. What do we want to do here? Do we want to thought seize them? Do we want to get in for damage? Do we want to crumble? Do we want to establish a Chandra? I can't crumble? Why can't I crumble? Oh, it's 3 or 4. Yeah, it's less. Well, then let's just thought seize them again, right? You guys are right. You guys are brilliant. I'm pretty bad. Oh, I can't because of Teferi, because of this trigger on the stack too. Oh my gosh. I'm so pissed off now. Alright, whatever. Yeah, Teferi's shutting this off, so now in my frustrations here, we'll make sure to do all the damage to his face. Alright, so they did get the fires here. They have Deafening and Supreme Verdict. And an Oko. Well, I don't care about Oko. Oko can die right here. Bum, ba, da, bum, bum. Bum, bum. Alright, they go up with Teferi here. They have Clarion Supreme Verdict. Oh my gosh, we can blow up Oko here. Let's blow him up. I'm so mad at Oko right now. Let's just take it to Oko. Full Chandra Wrath. I don't even need anything else to happen here. I'm just gonna totally blitz the Oko here. Oh, and by the way, I get to keep my Chandra, but 6 damage. Boom. Get out of here, Oko. You're garbage. Pass turn. I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't talk about if it's a punt or not. We know the 2 cards in hand currently. I think we're sitting pretty here for the moment. Sitting pretty. Plenty of Thoughtseize and Despise and all that. This guy's annoying. A Granted Fey here into something at 4. A Spyglass. Nice. Alright, what do you want to name here? What would you like to name? That was pretty hot stuff right there. Get Fires? He names Torch of Defiance. Fair. Alright. Up here. Let's go ahead and create 2 1/1s. Let's just take the Teferi out. Looking pretty good here. Looking pretty good. Let's... I kind of want to follow with the Kalitas, so he has to like Supreme Verdict then do the Fey here. We'll go from here. He will hopefully not gain too much. Cool. Alright. Supreme Verdict plus something? Yum's the food. That's fine. We will be giving them the gift of Chandra every turn. I have no way to get rid of this Spyglass, so we're just going to have to just hang out with the Spyglass. Supreme Verdict was cast. Beacon. Clarion, Fey of Wishes, Adventure Unknown card. We are looking A-okay. Looking A-okay, guys. Slaughter Games would be a fine one off the top. We could do something fun with that. Plays their Teferi card. Yep, Teferi. Gains a life. Bounces this Chandra. That's their second card of the turn here. So they have Clarion Unknowns. Bounce this Chandra, they just lose this. Probably need to draw. Drawing's probably better. It puts them at 5. I uptick this Chandra, I attack with this, and then Bone Crusher. I don't clear the Teferi by doing that. I might have to ping for 1. Them drawing is a lot. I'd almost much rather just like pick this off if I can. Oh. Okay. Sure. Sure. Looks good, guys. Glorybringer was a sick draw. And we have a concession. Woo! Glorybringer's probably enough, along with this Chandra, to just beat in for a ton. Probably enough. We have to read the bones to kind of dig a little bit if we draw like a land and run out of gas. It's a shame this Chandra got shut down, but I guess the Fae of Wishes had to go get the Spyglass. Never got to Slaughter Games, unfortunately. That's alright. That's alright. Alright, we're 2-1. We're continuing our streak of take a brand new deck into the league and lose the very first match, and then start playing from there. Start playing from there. It's a shame he never got to see our Slaughter Games. But we clearly have game against controlling planeswalkering decks, so we don't have to worry about those. All right, let's keep this hand. This one's an interesting one. So I'm gonna shock, not fetch shock, shock in Thoughtseize, and then we have a lot of removal. Oh, all right, we got another combo deck. I don't care about Fog. I don't care about Dig at the moment. I kind of care about Wilderness and Growth Spiral. Especially on 2 lands here. Let's get rid of this Growth Spiral. Dreadbores look a little anemic here. Alright, I'll take the Wilderness now. Go ahead. So we have a Nexus deck across from us this time. There's a Forest. Oh. 2 lands into nothing. Double Anger. And they top decked a Growth Spiral. Nice. Nice. Alright. Who needs lands, guys? Lands are just overrated. Opt. Card on top drew the card. Probably a land. Now they have Chemisters. It'd be really nice to draw a land here. Nice. What'd be really cool is to get the Chandra going, and if I could get the Chandra going, we might have a shot at some stuff. Now this Dig looks like it would have been nice to take. Not that I knew they would go right into another Growth Spiral. Does not shock in. Interesting. Alright. If I could have gotten the Chandra down, we'd be in great shape, but I didn't. So we'll be 2 turns away at minimum for the Chandra Awakened here. Rebuys Chemisters, pitching a Hinterland Harbor. Has their land. They have a lot of lands, guys. Fatal Push is not doing it. F6 here. They have Fog and some unknown cards. They're at 10. I'd like to play Chandra into Awakened if possible. Before they get a Wilderness down. The way they're digging though, just feels like Wilderness is gonna show up here. Oh yeah. Alright, so this is another Slaughter Games one. Probably just have to take the Wilderness. Land. Doesn't shock in. Search. Okay, and Wilderness? No. Okay. Cool. I don't need to draw any of my important cards. Lands. Fogs. This is okay. We'll go to turn 9 and be on 3 lands. They got rid of a Tamiyo. Flipping Azcanta. 1, 2, 3. They could go after Azcanta and then continue to look for Wilderness if they're still missing that by this point. Casts a Nexus of Fate. Takes another turn. Temple. Alright, we'll play our Chandra here. Hey, assuming they don't have like a fog or something. There's a sensor. I was gonna say, assuming they don't have a fog, we might have a shot. Go into 6 maybe? Fog? No fog, okay. I can't target this. Azcantas. They have a dig behind this as well. They have Anticipate. They never got rid of the dig, so I'm surprised they haven't fired it off yet. Just set up for the win. Tamiyo. Probably names Wilderness. Or gets Wilderness back. They don't have to name it. Plays Wilderness. Untaps. Floating mana. Nexus. Growth Spiral. Sensor cycled. We're just gonna hang tight here because I have lethal with a land off the top. Gets another Wilderness. Nexus of Fate. They also haven't presented a win condition yet. So we'll wait until we see a win condition. I want to see if it's draw out or if it's going to be that nasty little Lumbering Falls. This is important for actually our slaughter games in game 2 and 3. It's cool. They've got some turns. That's fine. Wilderness. Tamiyo. Finds a Nexus. This is cool. Uses search to find a Nexus. So they're able to take like a million turns here. Again, I need to see the win condition. Because if it's Lumbering Falls, we'll definitely bring in Crumble. If it's not Lumbering Falls, then we will not bring in Crumble. I might do it anyway. I mean, what are the fatal pushes truly hitting, if anything? So how's everyone's Friday? Friday. Look at all this there. All this value. Oh, I might have Decius just for you. Is that karaoke request? This has been cast. This has been cast. I think they have 2 digs here at this point. Cyclonic Rifts. All right. They're at 4 now. Cyclonic Rift is really good to know about. I'm at 14. I don't know what's in their hand. I don't care enough. I'm just going to keep hitting F6 until it's my turn. What if they randomly only get to the Lumbering Falls as their last card, aside from the whole Nexus of Fate still being there? Wouldn't that be funny? Look at all this value. Look at all this value. They dig. They only had 3 cards left after the dig. Cast the Nexus of Fate. They've cast this card a lot. This could be named as well. If they get a Wilderness down, I could just probably name Nexus of Fate. Hey, there's the Lumbering Falls. Nice. So now do we concede? What is this? This is like a 3-3? Booting it up. All right, so do we concede now, or do we let them have? I mean, like, this has to be enjoyable for our opponent, right? This is what they wanted to do. This is clearly why they built the deck. They want to be able to kill us like this. Ban field, ban Nexus. Man, we have a lot of answers for Nexus here. I'm not concerned about that card. The only maybe tedious thing here is I have to hit F6 every time, guys. And you guys just get to watch them play Magic and not us play Magic. Let's be real though. I was at 3 lands until my turn. It would have been turn 9. There's a lot of triggers going on. By the way, the last 4 cards in their deck are Nexus of Fate. Bottom. They've got a lot of value off this Tameo, Collector of Tales, as well. It's kind of an interesting card to be aware of. Fatal Pushes and Anger of the Gods are going to come out because this has Hexproof, which is really obnoxious. Bottom. I think we can beat this, though. I think we just look for that crumble, slaughter games type of interaction. Just ruin my opponent like that. Alright, but they got to do what they wanted to do. We respected our opponent's wishes in order to play Magic the way they intended. And, alright. Let's make some adjustments here. So, Duress is kind of interesting. We can do that. We can do the Slaughter Games, and we can do the Crumbles. I actually kind of like Blight Beetle in here, just giving me some other creature. It's like, not great, but it might not be bad. We'll see what we can take out. So Fatal Pushes are out pretty clearly. Anger of the Gods pretty clearly. I can probably trim 2 Dreadbores. And then Despise is interesting because it's creature or planeswalker. Probably not hitting anything. So there's the 11. Like, it looks real silly to play this, but this also has protection from green, so it could block Lumbering Falls for forever. Like, just pew, 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 pew. It does, doesn't it? It's a funny little card. It's a funny little card. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and bring it in here. I have no other cards for this matchup. Again, the Dreadbores are interesting because I can get a Tameo, but we're going to try to find that Slaughter Games before they go too crazy on us. This hand's fun in the whole Blight Beetles here, but I'm pretty sure we can do it better than 2 lands and Blight Beetle with a Duress. Let's go ahead and mulligan this. All right, this is a hot one here. All right, we can keep this one. I do need potentially another red source here. We're gonna go get rid of the Glorybringer for the time being. So we'll go ahead and get red immediately here, so I get that solid F6 value. As long as we hit a land, I think we'll be good. We can do that off potentially Read the Bones. And we'll probably just fire Bone Crusher Giant off at their face. This should be good as long as I hit this land drop. Remember, Slaughter Games cannot be countered, which is a hot card to have. So we'll go ahead and read the bones, keep up with our opponent. We will put both of these on top of our library. I like both lands. Pass back. All right, so what do we want to hit? Nexus or Wilderness here? Uh-oh. It might be decided for us. We'll see. Do they get the Wilderness down right here? Uh-oh. All right. Viewer's choice. Are we naming Nexus or are we naming Wilderness? I can't name Lumbering Falls, by the way. I mean, Wilderness more or less enables a lot of Nexuses in the return. You guys want me to name Nexus? All right. We'll name Nexus. Wilderness is just kind of cool. And I'd rather watch them just take an extra turn when I have the Chandra's emblem out. Then it'd be hilarious. We'll name Nexus, though. Nexus of Fate. Wilderness lets them dig with Escanta, all of that. I said viewer's choice, though, so we'll humor you guys. All right, double checking here. The only card that they have to now kill me, they have a Tireless Tracker. Okay, good to know about that. And this Lumbering Falls. Okay, and I think I actually have to take a screenshot of this because I don't think that Slaughter Games keeps it. It does not. Okay. All right, so we have an Anticipate, a Blink of an Eye, a Censor, and a Dig Through Time. They play, they anticipate. Blink, Breeding, Censor, Dig. We got around the Censor, and we can continue to get around the Censor here. Tireless Tracker. Okay. That's one of them. They have two Tireless Trackers. They play their Breeding Pool. All right, let's start with a Thoughtseize. Clear any counters, and now I can get rid of my Snipping Tool thing. Okay, so we have Censor I've got to kill, Blink of an Eye, Dig. What's interesting with Blink of an Eye is that it actually stops Tireless Tracker from getting killed here. It's interesting. How do we want to approach this? The Blink of an Eye they can use on their own. I suppose I can take Censor here. Censor here. I can play around the Censor next turn. That's fair too. I mean, I could also just take the Dig. The Dig is kind of interesting. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus Wilderness. Take Blink, and then the other Thoughtseize take Dig. That's fair. And then just play maybe Little Chandra this turn, go up to 5. Hope they hit no land. I like that plan. Let's take Blink here. Let's take their other card. I can't really slam the Chandra into the Censor. I would just take Dig here as well. And now they have a Censor plus. And what I can do here... What I could do... I could play Bone Crusher or Chandra into this. It gets the Censor out of hand without them cycling it. They don't get to cash in this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2 after to do the clue. Sensor. Kill this. You know what? Let's go ahead and bait out the sensor here. Then they're just left with wilderness. And I think if I'm able to go ahead and kill the tireless tracker here, the Chandra downtick on that clears the way. Uh-oh. Well, I still can kill it, so they just get to pop some clues here. Hopefully they don't draw anything too crazy with these clues. Dreadbore's kind of cool. I can play around a sensor here. I could also do Chandra downtick, and if they have anything, then I can Dreadbore it after. Let's try to do that. Just play it into the downtick. Playing into this downtick here at least kills this. And then I can follow it with Chandra and start upticking like crazy. And then this way I'm not doing something weird where I'm losing. They have to have 2 answers now. We'll see if they have 2 answers. They don't. Cool. Alright. That feels fine. Getting Chandra under a counter is fine here. Uh-oh. Oh, did they find a dig? Looks like they found a dig. No, they found a dig. Well, next turn I could uptick this Chandra downtick Thoughtseize, depending on how tapped out they truly are, which will probably not be very. So they got to find their other tireless tracker, really, or Lumbering Falls, I suppose. If they do nothing, I guess Chandra plus Chandra is a 4-turn clock. 4-turn clocks are nice. Quick. Agile. Nimble. Beat the face. Maybe they're deciding if they can win this game or not. I'm not sure if they can. Might have a blink. Blink the Chandra. Try to counter it on the way back down. Tameo. Temple. Scries. So by scrying here, they can actually see a card and name it. They actually bottom. So Chameo naming. Name Supreme Will. Wow. They nailed the Supreme Will, guys. They nailed it. 1, 2, 3. Blight Beetle. Alright, so they have a Supreme Will. I wonder if I were to play this Chandra down, if they'd go ahead and counter it, and then I could Dreadbore this Tameo and go from there. As Kanta. Lumbering Falls got binned here, so I'm not really sure what my opponent's win condition is other than another tireless tracker. You know what? Let's go ahead and play Chandra down here to bait out the Supreme Will. I want the Supreme Will out of hand if I can. Perfect. Oh no, I can't pay for that. Now we'll blow this guy up, hopefully. Unless they have another counter. And we'll play a little Blight Beetle. We've got the Beetle in play, guys. We've done it. Ladies and gentlemen, guys and gals, Beetle has made it to the battlefield. Alright, they flip as Kanta here. They've been nothing. A little bit scary, they've been nothing. We had a land, I get the Chandra uptick, and then I get the castle pretty freely here. So Beetle blocks, and actually, Beetle doesn't let Tireless Tracker grow. Funny. Cute Beetle. Tameo could return a card. Returns Tireless Tracker. Okay. Tireless Tracker's just a 3/2. Gonna get a land. Gets a clue. Doesn't grow. Nice. It's a 3/2 forever. It's a 3/2 forever, guys. Alright, Azcanta's gonna do Azcanta things here. It's gonna be a little bit frustrating to play against. Supreme Will, so they found another counter spell. Alright, so we hit our land drop. Let's play the land out in case I hit Chandra Awakened. I'm gonna say no to that. And I think we're just gonna pass the turn. Beetle blocks. Supreme Will digs them if they want to use it. Growth Spiral. Sensors. Cycling a lot of things here. Growth Spiral. So Growth Spiral, Sensor, Growth Spiral. Untaps. They are probably digging for Cyclonic Rift. What's frustrating is this Tireless Tracker is going to be a bit of a pain to deal with. But if I get like a Supreme Verdict or if I get a Slaughter Games off the top, it's a pretty obvious down tick kill this and then name. They named Wilderness with Tameo, hitting Fog, Cyclonic Forest, Supreme Will. So the Fog's in hand, the Cyclonic Rift is there too. The Tameo's on board to return that. Maybe I just name Cyclonic Rift if I happen to get it. Digging. Pretty good so far. We are going to fire off this castle. I want to draw cards. I need to keep up with the engine my opponent's got here. Found their other Tireless Tracker. That's not very good for me. We're going to do this in response. Okay, that's an okay card. They have Supreme Will, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wilderness Wreck. Supreme Will and a Sensor here. Ooh. Crumble's funny. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, let's try to get Glorybringer down here. We have 3 mana, so they have to have Supreme Will plus a counter. They don't. Let's hope they don't have a blink of an eye here. Let's go ahead and kill the Tireless Tracker. Exerting on Tameo. Seems to be their engine. Fogs. Still removes the creature. I don't believe this happens, though. So they get to keep Tameo for a turn. Which is nice, because now they can return their other Tireless Tracker if they'd like it. We'll see if that's what they do. Chemisters. I guess Crumble's got to hit Azcanta here if I can, the following turn. Realistically, I'm just looking for Big Chandra at this point. Every turn would be a pain for them. They return other Tameo here and then replay new Tameo to then return Tireless Tracker probably. Returns a Fog. Okay. To Wilderness Wreck. So they have double Wilderness Wreck here, so they're going to get to use this Kanta a whole bunch. Growth Spiral. Land, Tireless Tracker, Clue Token. Man, give me another Slaughter game so I can just, like, name the Cyclonic Rift, and I don't think they can beat a Blight Beetle. Like, I'll need a second Blight Beetle, but then we'll have both of their Tireless Trackers covered at that point. Blink of an Eye, I guess, can return the card. Blech. They have a Fog they picked up, but I could get rid of this one now. Let's go ahead and put the other Glorybringer into play. Around Supreme Will again. We'll plan to attack unless they blink of an eye us. Go ahead and exert again. Alright, we can F6 now. Alright, so they fog again. We do remove the Tireless Tracker. At this point, we're only 2 turns away from really getting this Chandra going, so a blink of an eye might have to go towards the Chandra. We'll see, though. Azcanta doing Azcanta things. Gets another fog. Alright, Azcanta, I'm going to have to blow you up here. You're my next target. My opponent's putting a lot of time into this go. So, I guess fingers crossed that they can close the door, but we'll see. Chooses a non-land permanent name. What are they gonna name? Supreme Will was named, hitting Opt Breeding Castle Island. Sweet. All right. I said I would name like what? I guess I could just name Fog and probably end this game pretty quickly. I could also just name the Tireless Tracker. Let's go ahead and name Tireless Tracker so they can't keep casting it. I think I can win from there. Okay. I didn't have to show them Crumble. I had Slaughter Games. Slaughter Games would have let me see anything else going on, but I was just going to name Tireless Tracker there. My opponent has 6 minutes to beat me. 6 minutes to beat me. No changes, I think. A couple Dreadbores might be a little bit better than something else. Only because it can kill Tireless Tracker. They only have 2 in the deck. Let's just submit. Let's just submit. I think 3 Slaughter Games is a lot better than the 2 extra Dreadbores. The Crumble's a little bit scary. Alright, you guys were right. Name Nexus. Although I'm not sure they would have been able to do much with Wilderness gone either. This hand we can't keep. But that's a lot of Glorybringers. That's a lot of Glorybringers. Alright, this hand we can keep. We can Duress and Thoughtseize and Blight Beetle and Dreadbore. I think we actually get rid of Chandra here. To strip the hand as much as we can here. I don't believe we're winning this one by attacking. They might have fogged me out like crazy. Oh goodness. We're just gonna strip the hand completely, guys. Alright, we'll take the Tameo. They can have the draw spells. That's fine. We're gonna just take everything from my opponent. Temple Plague. Let's go ahead and start with a Duress. So we have an Opt, Chemisters, Aetherized. I don't think I care about the Aetherized. Let's steal the Opt here. And then let's go ahead and shock in and steal, actually, the Chemisters as well. And now we've stripped everything that matters. Then we'll get Blight Beetle going. Blight Beetle's gonna be the best ham ever. There he be. I should have played a land. Well, it won't matter if they have a Censor because I can't bring it to play untapped. Let's see here. I already have double black, so I'll be getting red with Fabled Passage here. And we'll do that so I can get some nice F6 value. All right. We have the answer to the Tireless Tracker and the Bone Crusher. Let's go ahead and stomp them for 2 damage. Play this tapped. Swing with the Blight Beetle. And pass the turn. We're looking okay here. I do know they have an Aetherize. Chemisters from the yard. Alright, Slaughter Games is probably the best thing to draw off the top. There's a Tireless Tracker. Was it really worth a stomp instead of just cast a giant? Sure. Dreadbore. Swing for 1, pass turn. Growth Spiral. No land. So they do have the Wilderness here. That's pretty good for them. Looking for 2 lands. Like, not stomping and just playing Bone Crusher knowing they have Aetherize, to me, doesn't make maybe the most sense. Because then they're just going to, like, Aetherize both, and you didn't get the 2 damage with the Bone Crusher. Like, this is a fog type effect against us at the moment. Again, we're not winning this game probably on what we're doing here. Castles. I need a land. I need an untapped land before they try to go off here, because then the Chandra emblems should kill them. Land here probably wins the game. They're going to go ahead and either crack clues or scry. Or just Nexus of Fate us. So they have Aetherize unknown card. Draws with the clue. Draws with Censor. So here they kind of go here. Eva's Kanta ready and able. Plays a Tameo. Gets back. Naming, sorry. Naming a card. Names a Nexus of Fate. Hits 4 lands. Floating mana. For Azcanta or Castle. Or both. Dig through times. 1, 2, 3, 7. So they have enough to do a Nexus if they find the Nexus. Looks like they found it. They found the Nexus. All right. Drake. We can kill a Drake. That's fine. That card's not scary. If they get a second Drake, it gets a little nerve-wracking. Plays a Tireless Tracker. Follows this up with a Dig Through Time. The fact that my Blight Beetle is tapped is kind of ironic with the Tireless Tracker here. Dig Through Times. Aetherize unknown 2 cards in hand. This is why I wanted to get this Chandra down beforehand. Alright. Nexus of Fate's Meme. Growth Spirals. Aetherize still in hand. Draws for the turn. They have a lot of activations to do. Luckily, Blight Beetle is... They bounce Blight Beetle of all things. I guess they're going to just try to grow this Tireless Tracker here. So it wouldn't have mattered if Blight Beetle was there. They named Nexus, miss Nexus again. Azcanta's looking for Nexus. Gets a Growth Spiral. Can attack 1 in the air. That's fine. Untaps, floating mana. I think they messed up that floating. Azcanta. Finding. Aetherize, number 2. Land, please. We did not hit the land. Alright, we'll try Blight Beetle here, and then maybe I can try Bone Crusher on Tireless Tracker. There we go. It grows in size. So they're going to make this grow. I can still just pass the turn here. They got to beat me in 50 seconds. I don't want to attack into the Aetherize. Choosing a name card. They're going to probably name Nexus again here. Names Nexus, misses Nexus. Wilderness, number 2 here. Azcanta. What's cool is I can kill the Drake here, and if they tap out, I might get frisky and kill the Drake for funsies. Let's go ahead and shoot that. Oh, I can't target it, can I? Yeah, I can. No, I can't. That's protection. It can't be prevented if I was able to somehow have blocked it. It doesn't matter. I don't think it'll matter. It's deterministic at this point? Probably. Yeah, but I don't think they'll be able to win. And you say deterministic, but if they fail to find the Nexus of Fate at any point, and I get a land and I get to Chandra, I mean, the game could definitely go in my favor. I'm going to take the win, though. Tameo plus 3 Azcantas is like 5, 10, 15. Yeah, it is deterministic. Having one more land would have been nice. Then I get the Chandra, and then every turn deals damage. And then if I was able to get rid of this or get in for that extra point of damage. Like, I could attack with the Blight Beetle, and then this doesn't race me. But we'll take our win. It's not a very pretty win, but we'll take it. It gives us the 3-2 on minimum 3-2 for our league, which gives us our money back so we can keep playing Magic. Time is time. I think in game 2, they should have, when I name Nexus of Fate, just conceded. Yeah, the hard thing, though, is if you were to take it to a tournament, and by turn 4 or 5, I name Nexus of Fate, my opponent decides to play it out in game 2, the only way I have a chance to win is finish that game, because I'm down a game already, and then there's probably, in a paper Magic setting, there's 0 way either of us wins the third game based on time, because we'd have like 4 minutes left in the round probably by that point. Toby Marsh, our opponent's gonna play some Magic. 1 land, not gonna do that. Got a few 1 land hands, quite a few actually. It's not ideal. All right, we'll keep this. Let's be daring. Let's get rid of the Dreadbore. Be super daring here. See how it works. I have to believe in the heart of the cards. I've ditched a Dreadbore, by the way, and seeing a Once Upon a Time as my opponent's first card. Not a good idea. Oh, perfect. All right, we're in good shape here. I don't need my Dreadboard. All right, we got to beat green Tron-like things. See how it goes. See how it goes. Rejuvenator. I'll go ahead and pick that off. They're going to go get a basic land, right? No, it's top 5. Maybe the whiff. Scavenger Grounds tapped. No actions. Let's go ahead and shoot that. And pass turn. And F6 through our turn. Alright, so we're going to play Bone Crusher Giant down, then start smacking them around, and then follow it up with probably a Chandra. We are... Ooh. Alright, we're going to still stay the plan here just to cast Bone Crusher Giant. However, Chandra into Chandra into Chandra seems good. We'll do first Chandra Torch of Defiance, followed up with Chandra Awakened. That removal was rude, but they did take an extra 2 points of damage there. Arch has been played, and my opponent is tapping mana. 4 mana. 5 mana. Hour of Promise. Alright. So we gotta deal with a Field of the Ruin. I probably can. And they got the City's Blessing. Alright, so how are we doing this? I've got to somehow bait them for a couple turns and not just randomly die here. Let's go ahead and play this Chandra, and if they don't go for it for whatever reason, then I get to play Big Chandra and board wipe. If they go for it with 3 guides, it's sort of like I just board wipe right here. Alright, so Slaughter Games and Crumble are coming in for this matchup. For sure. We're not very fast. This is 8 mana. That can't be good. Down tick 4? Oh, they just... Oh, okay. So then they can just ping this for 1. Alright. 2 4s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Next turn. I don't believe I have a winning line here, guys. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I go to 1 here. So I can't even shock one of these in. I go to 1, and he can pump one of them. Yeah, you got me. Field of the Ruin deck. Field of the Dead. Field of Ruin Deads. Dead Ruins. Alright, Duresses are in here. We can probably consider the Plagues. We can consider Slaughter Games, and we can consider Crumble to Dust here. We can take out more than likely Fatal Pushes and Dreadbores. And Despises. Take out one more Dreadbore. Alright, so our Plagues are going to stop all the tokens. Slaughter Games is going to stop some sort of ramp spell and or an Uglan or an Ulamog. And a Crumble might just crumble their whole game plan. Keep this hand. This one's gas. We have a 2 damage and then Chandras and Slaughter Games and Crumbles to boot here. Looking alright. Could even name Hour of Promise to really slow my opponent down. Tap land, go. Maybe the best cards here are Land and Thoughtseize or Duress off the top. Forest, no turn 1 play. Okay. No turn 2 play. Interesting. Let's play this Chandra and just start attacking them. We're doing this Chandra because they did show us a way to remove creatures. And this way I get these in, and removing a singleton elemental is just a silly thing to do. It's just a silly thing, guys. Once Upon a Time is their first card to be cast of this game. See what they get. Shrine of the Forsaken God plays Shrine of the Forsaken God plays a 3-drop. Rejuvenator checks first 5 cards in the deck looking for a land. Finds a land, it is Castle. Alright. Castle's kind of tempting to just get rid of. Castle's kind of tempting to get rid of with the intention that I can then name something else with Slaughter Games after I take a peek at their hand. And it draws them back a land. I kind of like that play. Then we get to peek at the hand before casting Slaughter Games next turn. Oh, they had another castle in hand. So we actually grab one out of hand. So we have a Spatial, a Nissa's Pilgrimage, and an Ugin. What else do we have in here? We have Worldbreaker, which is a bit of an annoyance, and Ulvenwald Hydra. We have Uglamogs and Ugins, it looks like. Okay. Now you do see a Field of the Dead over there, so we're going to have to watch that. Grab these cards. Done. So I guess I could just name the Ugin because it's in hand. I could also name the Spatial Contortion and get both the Bone Crusher down. I don't know. There's the field. And the Nissa's Pilgrimage. So we're going to put one of these into hand, one onto the battlefield. And ping this for one, or are you going to hold back? Pings for one. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're looking at 5 cards. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a 6th mana here. I kind of want to play the Bone Crusher here. Let's just play Bone Crusher here and then plan to do some stomps. I don't believe we're at risk of anything at 6 mana here. Not what I'm going to probably name Ugin with Slaughter Games. Watch them hit Hour of Promise here. So there's 4 types with different lands. 5, 6. I guess I'm naming Ugin now. Let's kill the Rejuvenator because we do have the Plagues in the deck. Put this into play. Tapped. Let's cast. Let's go up here and then cast. Slaughter Games naming Ugin here because they can now cast Ugin. Try to avoid that. They have Spatial, Ugin, and Unknown card currently. Shoots. Giant here. So they have Ugin and Unknown cards. Ugin, the Spirit Dragon, obviously. Alright, grab these Ugins out of here. They have a Worldbreaker. That's not great for me. Okay, so they happen to have the Worldbreaker already in hand, which is a problem. We're going to lose Chandra. And they're just going to jam Worldbreaker here, I guess. I don't see the reason for waiting on this. It's a Worldbreaker here. Gets to destroy land, so now I can't play my Chandra. Not that Chandra can kill a Worldbreaker at the moment. Well, that's a pretty nice card. So let's go ahead and jam that over top of everything here. Because I can swing in for 4 in the sky. They can swing for 9. Alright, that was a good card off the top. Oh, this has reach. Why can't that be above all this text with the void? Well, I'm not sure what I would have done then. Glorybringer attack exerting on this, so we would trade. That was a punt and a half, guys. That was a punt and a half. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have this. Well, I think the field deck's going to beat us. Just how it is going to be. Let's go ahead and see how our record was for this, though. Should be pretty good. Go to 4. We got something else to play here. Hour of Promise and make a lot of dudes. A lot of dudes. So the field deck, definitely giving this one a little bit of trouble unless you get exactly the Plague. And even so, having the Ugins, the World Breakers, and other things to deal with is a problem. This is kind of an interesting card to have. Kalitas, but I think we're dead anyway. They have too many things here. I can block here and block here, but this is way too much. Plus they have the Westvale Abbey. I didn't see them play that. Looks like the field deck just attacks us from way too many angles. We do go 3-2 though, which gets our money back, which is pretty a-okay. Playing some red-black mid-range, you can do exclamation point deck to get the deck list. I like this list. It's kind of cool. It seems to have a little bit of trouble with the field deck, but we were able to get around the Nexus one a little bit on time. It looked like we were able to get through the Jeskai Fires deck by stripping them completely of everything. So control-wise, we're pretty good. Mono black, we didn't play against. I can see it being a little bit of an issue. Almost would want an extra anger instead. But yeah, it's not too bad. Not bad. All right, let's figure out what we're going to play